Inspector training. We're here in Springfield, Illinois. We're looking at a structure about 25 feet away. It must be kept painted, must be structurally sound. What do we got?
Cantilever.
But on the paint only. Always go for the easy one.
The paint, it's rusted.
So how long does it take to rust that far?
25.
If you let something rust that far 25 years, what do you know you've compromised?
Integrity.
The integrity of every connection, right?
Right.
So this guy let it go too far. Now you need a load test on this. So now with that, let's go into, it's a cantilever. Properly balanced or not, you think? You see a release arm of any kind for it to drop 2 to 3 feet per second?
No.
And the reason why these things are wrong is because if it is the kind that you have to step out and come down, so people have to go out at least halfway to get this thing to work. It's going to be a very violent smack on the ground.
Yeah.
But then as soon as they get off, where does it go?
Goes right back up.
And then you need to come and get with your pole. And that thing's 15 feet in the air now. You have to go up and pull it. And what are you going to lose in order to keep this thing in a down position?
A man.
You're going to lose a man. Is that what you want to lose during a fire? Is that one of your experienced guys?
No.
Now this is a big beast, overbuilt, right?
Yeah.
Strapped back to the building, legs to the ground, cantilevered out. It looks like it has evidence for us to do our pull testing. The weights was built, this was in Chicago, that this thing was built. The weights look like they're still tight. A little bit of rust happening, but nowhere near what we saw down at the other end, right?
Right.
So now, let's take a look at the structure itself. It looks like it's got bolted treads. And are these square heads or hex heads? They're all hex, right? So this fire escape is about 25 years old, right? You got debris on it, which is tree branches and such. But otherwise, this fire escape should be able to repair it very easily and balance correctly. So what do we...
The last three have had maintenance done on them.
Yeah, a little bit of rebolting. Yeah. You don't see any huge rusty tears coming down out of these things, do you? Maybe just this tread over here is an example of rusty tears straight up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. But that's not too bad, right? So this fire escape can actually go right to a load test after you do some spot repairing. This fire escape may be cheaper to load test it than it is to refurbish it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't have that many bolts to change out here, do you?
No.
And if you refurbish it and you verify with a pull test, will you need a load test? Because it's got new grading, new treads, missing a paint job, but we don't have much. But there's evidence that the thing is out of balance because look at the extra weight they welded on it. See this huge piece of chunk of steel they welded on here? So that she's out of balance, right?
Yep.
That's it. So this fire escape is 25 to 50 years old the most. And you're going to have to do, once the engineer has verified the connections, you're either going to load test it or you're just going to refurbish it to make sure that all these welded connections are, see all these welded connections here?
Yes.
Either you can do a x-ray or they can just reinforce a lot of these connections and verify all the connections.
You can see.
Yep, they're very good. And there's also rust happening above it, you know what I'm saying? And who verifies this? You or the structural engineer or the fire escape engineer?
The engineer, structural.
So give me a load test or give me a certification and I'll be happy with it in lieu of a load test. And that all clears through you anyway, so nobody touches this fire protection system. They don't touch Springfield.